Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back to another episode of Blerd Survival Guide. I'm your co-host Jeremy.
Co-host Jay.
And welcome to a new episode. Jay, how you doing today?
Appreciate you for asking, buddy.
Yeah.
I am feeling really good. It's the end/start of our weeks. Last week I was super busy and got to do a really exciting thing, which was go to the beach for a conference.
Yeah, his first week of work was a work retreat.
I mean, it was the second week, but it was exciting. Like
First
it was,
week.
yeah. No, I started on a Monday, so it was honestly, it was just I kind of felt like I got thrown into the fire and was told to make some bread with, and I think I made it work. So I feel good about it. Honestly,
got a little focaccia in there with us.
Sure,
A little brioche.
yeah.
Bread.
No,
That's dope. I'm happy. I mean, literally the second week and you're already going to conferences and having dinners provided and just doing the damn thing. So I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you got to get that in and you're liking your new job. I'm happy.
I do like my new job. I think that I feel very fortunate and lucky to be around an amazing group of people, a team of advocates who genuinely want to end homelessness and provide affordable housing for people in the state of Alabama, and that's an honor and a privilege to be with them. But it's not easy work, so it's going to be hard work ahead, and I'm excited for it.
Hey, I heard a quote today actually and I'm going to paraphrase it because I don't remember it exactly, but it was saying the best things in life don't come easy. So
there you go.
Seeing that you're doing something that challenging, you're gonna love it. And
I think so.
I can see the passion in your eyes. The fire is there, and it's awesome. So I'm happy for you.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks,
Yeah.
buddy. How are you doing?
I'm awake now because I just had some coffee.
Bless you.
But I am sleepy because it is Sunday. You guys know we record on Sunday, and I have had a day.
You did some cool stuff today.
Yeah. So I got home from work at around 5
a.m.
Took a nap.
A brief snooze.
Yeah. I hit the REM mode at least once.
That's nice.
The whole cycle. And starting my day at 11 a.m., I went to the Alabama Comic Con / My Hero Comic Con.
Yeah.
And that was a treat and a half.
Dude, I saw you and I was telling Miriam, I was like, I got a little FOMO, but at the same time, I was tired coming back from the trip. So I was like, but no, I saw you having a good time. Who all did you get to see? You saw some cool cosplay, yeah.
So yeah, I definitely got some pictures. I'll post those on the page later this week. But I did get to see a bunch of My Hero Academia cosplay. I saw a bunch of Izuku Midoriyas. I saw a bunch of Todorokis. I saw a bunch of Demon Slayer costumes as well. I saw Tanjiro. I saw Nezuko. And Inosuke. I saw a couple of Inosuke.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool because the big heads. And I like Inosuke's swords the most, honestly.
Dope swords. Yeah.
Homeboy gets the sword maker gets pissed off at him when he sees him banging it into the rock. Into the rock. But no, I think his sword. I always think that like swords that have different shapes and stuff are dope.
Yeah, no, and I mean, it gives him his individuality.
Yeah, for sure. And he's
having a pig head,
and he's mad individual. He's a crazy individual.
Underline bold italics on mad. But yeah,
truly.
Crazy boy. But no, the whole experience was awesome. I actually got to see our friends Skip.88 and the whole team of Blerd over. I had a table set up there and got a couple pictures with them as well as finally got a shirt from them.
Hey, you got that merch.
Yeah, so once we get some merch, definitely hand it off to them as well.
Yeah, well,
appreciate seeing you, Skip. It was awesome seeing you guys there. Got to see your panel as well before I had to leave and jet off to my next adventure. But it was definitely
and what was his panel on?
So it was definitely about being a Blerd and
nice.
how it affects our lives in society. And
I bet he had when we were on his show and we did the dual show, he had a lot to say about it.
Right, and everything that he said on the show still rang true to what he said in the panel, and we actually got to have a live discussion with people in the room. And it was actually
how full was the room?
It almost filled up.
What? Mm-hmm. Congratulations, Skip.
Yeah, so it was actually pretty dope. I stayed for the bulk of the interview and the panel.
Right.
And I left when it was the question and answer session. So I did get to see the whole panel. It was very informative. Got a couple shout outs in there. We talked about being Blerds, and it was amazing.
Oh, you were able to shout out the podcast?
Well, I didn't shout out the podcast. He shout out the podcast.
Oh!
No, so like I said, I commend him for everything that he did.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. And like I said, the whole experience, knowing, and just go back to the whole Comic-Con as a whole, going to a convention after actually knowing an anime is much different than when you are just stepping into it.
Yeah, because like last time when we went to Comic-Con, you were unfamiliar.
You were new to a lot of anime, so it's just like, all right, cool. This was a lot, but this year was like, oh snap! I know these characters. I resonate with these characters.
Picture of Nezuko, and I was like, that's mad dope, bro. Like, I can't even tell you how old that girl was. Like, was she an adult?
I think she was an adult.
Okay. Yeah. So she was aware.
Because I talked to her and I mean she had a mature voice.
I hear you.
So I didn't want to ask age, and I had to ask if I could get a picture.
Yeah.
Of course, asking everybody for consent for these pictures, because I mean,
without a doubt,
we're not paparazzi.
No.
But no, the experience as a whole was amazing. Like I said, once I actually knew a good amount of anime and was watched and caught up on a bunch of it, and it was like, wow, I know these characters, I resonate with these characters, and now there's a community where I can actually discuss these characters and
yeah, man,
have a conversation about. So it was dope. Definitely looking forward to the next Comic-Con, as well as having, because
Comic-Con is next.
Comic-Con is next. It's in February. I was trying to look up on the website about getting a table, and I mean, we definitely can. Even Skip was like, "Are y'all gonna have a table?" I was like, "Yeah, definitely."
It's not a bad idea, man.
And I mean, just to get our word out and get it.
Yeah,
because I mean, they had
post up
at their table. It was like their logo. They had a soundbar and a TV, and just posting like it was basically a PowerPoint of the pictures of people, like cosplay and everything. Yeah, and I mean, if we can have
that kind of stuff. Yeah, I like that idea. I like that. Some good marketing, some fun engagement with the community.
Exactly. Man. I mean, both dressed up in cosplay.
I'm game.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, and like I said, Skip, he was dressed up as T'Challa Star-Lord. So.
Which is so cool. That's like, and it's an awesome transition.
Yeah.
Actually.
Because today's episode is going to start off with the monologue that we've heard for the past 9 weeks. We are the Watchers. We are your guides through these vast new realities. Follow us and dare to face the unknown and ponder the question, what if? That's today's episode. We're going to be discussing What If? Marvel's What If as a whole.
The series, the multi-season series, apparently.
Yeah, because we're getting to season 2. Season 2 is coming up, and
I mean, it's got to be wildly popular, right? Like it was.
Oh yeah,
animated by the same team. Not with Sony. No, it looks like that though. It does remind me a great deal of like the team of people that did the animation for Spider-Man Multiverse. Like it reminds me a great deal of that, like paying homage to the comic book within the animation kind of style. Not so much in the like 3D animation that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was done in, but like just that's one of my favorite things about it. When we first saw the series, when it first came on with Captain Carter, I was like, that's
the animation style as a whole.
It captured me. It brought me into the comic book. That's what I really liked about it.
It was still cool because you could recognize the faces of the actors and actresses portraying everybody. It's like, okay, at least I can tell who is who, and I mean, it's still most of the characters are still voiced by their original actors and actresses,
which builds like an increased level of familiarity with the character.
Oh, definitely.
Right? Like,
I mean, even like you said a couple weeks back when we were talking briefly about What If. Your aunt, who was able to watch, who doesn't watch cartoons, was able to watch this cartoon as a whole. Because,
so I have a report back on that.
All right. Let us know.
She didn't watch it. It was so sad. I was genuinely like, let me like pause for a moment of disappointment when that happened, because she just won't allow herself to watch cartoons, and I'm trying, man. But
does she know that it connects to Phase 4 as a whole? Even though it's a cartoon, it still connects to.
I hope so. I don't think so. I don't think so.
She's gonna be missing out on.
I mean, I agree.
Information.
I agree. I completely agree with you. It'll be interesting to see if within the new. So you think they're gonna connect the the storyline from Doctor Strange's story into the new,
like the Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah,
it's a possibility.
I think so, right?
It's a possibility because, I mean, first and foremost,
we're in the multiverse.
We're in the multiverse. Spoilers ahead for those who haven't seen any of the episodes or any of the most recent episodes of What If. But Doctor Strange is OP level magician at this point. I mean, he was already OP from Infinity War.
But it's like and it's also not even like the same.
It's like Naruto in his Baryon mode. It's like his OP went above that OP.
That's real. That's real. That's a good comparison there, my friend. No, like what he did in this season finale, like, was just mad deep. Because he popped out a dragon. He, like, first of all, he popped out a dragon. Then of all, he popped out some Cthulhu looking effort. Like, I didn't know what to think.
It was definitely a callback to the first episode with Captain Carter and that giant octopus.
Yes. Oh man. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I mean, like I said, it's still connected the series as a whole, but also it just showed the level of power that this Doctor Strange was, even though he was a darker Doctor Strange.
But he had good intentions.
It was definitely awful.
He had been corrupted by love, and then the Watcher came and basically gave him an opportunity. Right?
He was like, "Hey, fam, I need your help."
Like, yeah. I mean, but I thought it seemed like he was just there since his episode. Even like it wasn't even necessarily for his help to start. Because remember, he walked up in the pocket dimension or in the
but he trapped himself in his own personal cell.
Yeah.
But it was still outside of space and time, so it probably was just a couple of minutes for him, just like it was in Endgame.
Fascinating.
It was like I just kind of disappeared, and like 5 minutes later, I was reappeared, and y'all said y'all needed help.
Bruh. Man. No, I just really, I didn't, first of all, you've given me new information, which that it will tie in, they'll connect some dots from this stuff into the next, like, I guess, series of movies, like, as a whole. Do you think? I mean, is it like, I mean, because, like, they're going to go multi-season with this.
Yeah, and the producers and Kevin Feige, they all said that season 2 will tie into more of the Phase 4 characters. So we may see like a what if Shang-Chi, and what if the Eternals and stuff like that.
Right.
Like even like Black Widow and her little sister. We may see some more stuff, some more of that, and yeah,
it's boundless at this point. And I love what Loki did for the MCU. It just opens the door for every ounce of creativity that you could potentially muster in relation to the Marvel universe. I mean, because like it's just boundless at this point, and I think that's kind of like the creativity that What If kind of shows us, even to some degree.
I mean, it is kind of interesting on the business end of Marvel, the MCU, where like literally after Loki dropped, after the finale of Loki hit, Kevin Feige announced that the contracts, instead of them being multi-movie contracts, you have to be on the Marvel payroll for years and years. He stopped that. It's like you can do just one movie, and it'll be on a contract. It's a movie by movie basis now, because we're in the multiverse and you don't necessarily need the same actors anymore. So it's interesting that he was able to stop that, but also still have the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yeah. I mean, the universe and the people as a whole, everyone.
It's like they
love their job. It's almost like they love their job.
Yeah, they can choose to come back, whereas like they're not committed for 4 movies like Robert Downey Jr. was. He was committed.
He was only committed for.
So we had
each hero was only committed for about 4 movies, and that's literally the trilogy and
Avengers.
A joint movie. And I mean, that's what he did. He did Iron Man 1, 2, 3, the first Avengers,
Civil War,
and then he just like after that first one, he just kept renewing his contract. So
fascinating.
That's why he was Iron Man for almost 12 years. Because he just kept renewing his contract every 4 years.
And I mean, he's even said he's been on record like saying it was exhausting, basically.
Once he got, I think once he hit 50, he knew he had to slow down.
Right. And that'll be good for the actors for the series. Like they'll get to want to come back and deliver, and I look forward to that. I mean, it's not like they'll be wasting their times in terms of money. That's for sure. because they'll be.
But I mean, I like Robert Downey Jr. He went from doing his thing back in the 90s with the drugs and everything.
Oh yeah,
he went from that to becoming literally one of the highest paid actors of all time.
And world's most loved actors at this point. Like, I mean, he really reshaped his image.
Thank you, Iron Man.
Yeah.
But back to What If. Like, started from episode 1, like I said, from Captain Carter, and we're seeing her journey as the new Captain America, but not really because she's Captain Carter, all the way to like Killmonger's episode, T'Challa Star-Lord.
I was in the most recent episode, like the season finale, like watching Killmonger, right? Watching Eric just be like, do his thing. Like, you knew he was finna do his warlord deal with this whole thing.
Because the thing is, you saw from the get-go, as soon as he picked up Ultron's head, that Ultron robot head.
Yeah.
That's all he did. The whole episode, he just kept staring at it.
He was sus, man.
He was analyzing it the whole episode up until the end, where the Infinity Stones just kind of...
I just want to know how he knew that it would, like, draw the armor onto him. Like,
I still feel like that's that military background of, like, he just...
Right?
He analyzed every... Like, he was... Because I don't think he really fought.
But he learned. But you think he maybe learned about the technology like a little bit? Because it was what was it? What's the Wakandan vibranium? Was it made? Because he was technically vibranium, right? Like, am I wrong?
Oh no, Ultron is. Yeah,
he comes from.
He was made of vibranium,
so he would know maybe a little bit about the technology.
Yeah.
Since within like how he became a warlord of Wakanda.
Yeah.
You know?
And I hope that they do that in season 2. They answer those questions of, like, the ends of those episodes that just kind of...
You were like, how did you know? Yeah. Like, and then now he's in the Pocket Universe with...
with Ultron.
With Ultron.
For those stones.
Just, like, in an endless... a Tsukuyomi, basically. Like, bringing it back to Naruto. You know, it's just like that same loop that... Itachi put Kabuto in and
stay there for all time.
Yeah.
But also bring it to Squid Games. It's an infinite tug of war,
bruh. Yeah, literally, literally. I can't wait to talk. I'm gonna talk about Squid Game in my weekly blurb because that's some. Did you watch it in the dub or did you watch it in the sub?
Sub.
Ooh, I watched some of it in the sub. I watched most of it in the dub.
I wish I was in it, so
fascinating.
Yeah.
We talked. You saw.
That's the only way I was able to like pay attention for real and like actually get what's going on. If I was reading it while I was watching it, that's the only way I can understand for real.
I mean,
if I did the dub, I was honestly just gonna listen to it in the background and wait for parts where people were getting chopped up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's got a better story than that. So
I know it does. That's why I said. That's why I listened to it. That's why I did it. So I can actually like watch it and
appreciate the story.
Yeah,
I hear you. But I digress. I digress.
But as a whole, what I guess to keep us going and sort of wrap things up, what were your favorite bits and pieces of What If?
So my favorite like thing that they incorporated into it were the fighting. The fighting animation was some of my favorite things. I mean, coupled with like the comic book style, like explosions and stuff like that. Like I really loved watching the fight scenes. I thought that they were very colorful. I thought they were very entertaining. Really like high quality animation that when you probably wouldn't have gotten it had they been live action, you know, like they were able to do some things that you can't do with live action due to the limitations of the
physical,
exactly, like those kinds of things. And I mean, like the dopeness of the animation and What If was by far my favorite thing. Like I just thought it was so cool how they managed to like tell the story. And I mean, from the zombies to the armor that Doctor Strange put on them at the end of the.
Oh man!
Bro, like that armor was dope. Like it was mad dope, and it like manifested in like really cool like shadowy
It was
thing.
almost
Like I wanted it to like come.
anime armor kind of deal.
Yeah,
like it kind of transformed onto them.
Right.
That was still a callback to Doctor Strange's episode when Wong did that to the good Doctor Strange.
Oh
They
yeah,
put that whole Vector spell on it. It was like, this is temporary. It's gonna hold for only.
But this Doctor Strange did it like so much more deeply because like he did it to everybody and he kind of did it like super quick.
Yeah,
like Wong was like having to like throw things together.
Yeah.
It
He
wasn't
literally just went, ooh, go.
Exactly. He's like, I got y'all. Like y'all are.
He did like 5 times.
Mad safe. Like y'all are mad safe for a while. Like this. So yeah, I mean, that's what I really liked about it. I thought I really loved the animation. The storytelling was, of course, good. I mean, and then the voice acting was, I mean, just as good. So it really hit me like with some cool was in the feels through the animation. I felt like.
No, I definitely got to agree with you on at least for the voice acting and the animation. I'm proud of the actors. I mean, those that came back from the actual MCU, because I mean, you can act, you can on screen all the time, but like voice acting is a whole nother field. Like you have to exude all of your emotions while standing in the booth. Mm-hmm. And they did that.
You got to bring the character in a way that's much different.
Yeah, and I mean that's coming from like T'Challa from Chadwick Boseman doing this part and this. And by the way, this was the last T'Challa performance.
It hits you different.
Mm-hmm. This was the absolute last T'Challa performance. But then you got like I said, Chadwick Boseman doing T'Challa. You got Chris Hemsworth doing Thor, and I mean his Thor was like Party Thor is probably one of my favorite variations of Thor.
Vegas.
He pulled a Leroy Jenkins, but he yelled out in Vegas.
Leroy Vegas.
Oh man, because from Chris Hemsworth to
Scarlett Johansson, man, like her.
That wasn't her.
What?
That was the girl.
You got me messed up.
The voice actress who played Black Widow is the same one who did Poison Ivy in the Harley Quinn TV show.
Okay, I hear. Maybe that's why it felt familiar because I do love that TV show.
Yeah. Let me get her name real quick. It's a cool name, Lake Bell.
Oh,
she played.
Well, she did a fantastic job, like really bringing
the nuances of Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow.
Mm-hmm,
yeah,
mm-hmm.
I thought when her first episode, I thought it was Scarlett Johansson as well. I was like, wait, like it was something off about the voice.
It was a bit weird. It would be a bit weird that she came back posthumous, like in.
It's almost like everybody who died was not
didn't come back because Steve Rogers didn't come back. Did he? No, wait. Chris Evans didn't come back. No, Chris Evans didn't come back. Robert Downey Jr. didn't come back, and Scarlett Johansson didn't come back.
Yeah. No, and Tom Holland didn't either. I think they were filming No Way Home at the same time that they're doing What If. So his schedules couldn't line.
They'll definitely sacrifice his time toward doing No Way Home. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Since they'll get that money. Hopefully anyway.
Man, I want to see a trailer.
We all want to see a trailer.
It's gonna be December by the time we see a trailer. but I guess wrapping things up. What If was just an amazing TV show. It hit all the points that it needed to. It explained definitely what would happen if Loki created the multiverse, and that's exactly what happened. We're seeing these alternate realities. And these are legitimate canonized realities within the MCU.
Yep.
Now that Loki has opened up the multiverse, hopefully we see these people on screen. Any last thoughts, Jay, before we go to break?
I mean, I'm just excited for the ability for them to tell these stories now. And I think that it's going to be a way for people to be seen that have never been seen before. And I mean that both in terms of characters, but also in terms of the audience. And What If is an awesome innovation within the MCU. So yeah, that's what I'll leave it at.
Well said. Well said. We can go on and on.
We can go on and on.
And what we're going to do now is take a quick break. We're going to hear a word from our sponsor, Anchor, and we'll be right back with the Weekly Blerd. It's time for the Weekly Blerd!
Makes me smile every time.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
One more time.
Yeah. We are back.
We're going to do this one more again. You know what time it is. It is time for the weekly blurb.
Yeah, they heard it in the soundbite.
Whatever. But it's old habits die hard. So
you right.
I'm privileged to go first today.
Hey, what you got first?
And I'm trying to put y'all on. I'm trying to put y'all on to a new show that if you hadn't checked it out, it's #1 on Netflix, so you kind of been sleeping under a rock, or you've been spending too much time on Hulu, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, whatever streaming service that you've been diving deep into.
I feel called out. But what is it?
Squid Game.
Guess what? I already saw it.
I know you did. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I didn't expect you to go into it, to be honest with you, but I think there was enough memes. And if you haven't had it spoiled,
it's because I ran out of TV shows on all of my other facets.
Well, I'm proud of you because you were on this whole one TV show at a time.
I still am. I don't know what you mean. I've been that one TV show.
I mean, you did binge it. You said you binged it in a night. I watched it over a couple days, and then I rewatched it with Miriam. And, I mean, this show is fun. It's wild. I mean, like, for real, you don't even like the main character to start. You just like, who is this bum? And, like, what opportunity are they given? And then the whole show, I mean, it's
deep.
It just like goes into some topics and themes, you know, questions of morality, questions of capitalism, questions of survival of the fittest, and what are you willing to do for 45 billion won, which I looked it up, equated to $37 million. In American money.
I would say the won to USD currency differentiation kind of made me mad.
I mean, $37 million is a lot of money, bro.
You're right, but like you also got to take into account when he would ask friends and family. It was like, "Do you have 10,000 won?"
You talking about the end?
No, at the beginning too.
Yeah.
You was just asking for like 10,000 won, and then you're like, exactly.
Well, some people got $20 to give up. I mean, on the red.
But also, like, it's because every time I heard it, he would go 10,000 won. I'm like, 10,000 won. That just sounds like a lot. Like,
I don't understand.
The conversion it astounds
how
me.
people manage
the American dollar is literally 0.082.
I mean, it boils down. I mean, we have cents and stuff like that. Like, I mean, it's weird.
Well, I mean, like I said, the
other
conversion
currencies are a whole thing. It's a whole conversation that I don't fully grasp and don't really try to. I just know that if I type it into Google and convert it, it will for me.
Coinstar me, please.
But anyway, no, This show, I watched it because, I was interested immediately with the fact that it was a Korean television show.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, we're going to try this. Like, because I think that Korean television is at a point now that it's got a lot to say. And I think that the show kind of maybe really captures the conversation in the West and the East and brings them and bridges some conversations, as well as throws its own flavor into it to where, you have to appreciate the context in which it comes from. And in order to enjoy the show, right? Like,
definitely.
It's not necessarily like, there's not throughout it, there aren't like themes that are 100% present within American television. In the way that they're presented,
mm-hmm.
right? Because, like, yes, we have game shows in American television. Yes, we have, like, murder mysteries in American television. But only really in movies have you seen, like, this story kind of told. It kind of reminds me of, like, the Saw movies a little bit, where, they're presented with a challenge to survive and, have a new lease on life kind of deal. And
I was about to say, it reminded me of Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Which you mean they did compare this show too.
It was like, exactly. It reminds me of the Hunger Games. But that was like present within movies and books, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not something that's necessarily present within television.
This is a truly original programming. It took the guy who created it. It took him 8 years to actually get it to TV. Like, everyone, everyone that he pitched it to, it was like, yeah, no, this is too weird and too raw, and we just don't want it.
It's too real, man. It's too real. I think that like it really shoves humanity in your face, and I mean, I think that that's something that we can all reflect on as you watch this show. What are you willing to do to survive? And I think that that's a really raw and honest conversation. And that's my time, but I really appreciated that. The TV show, I thought it told some awesome stories, left some awesome lessons, and also has a really compelling character base. So I hope people check it out.
Yeah. Thank you, Jay. That was strong suggestions. Definitely check it out. Like I said it last week too. Jay's recommendations. It's the stamp of approval. Go watch it. I watched it before he gave me the stamp of approval, and it was actually a pretty dope show from start to finish. And yeah, I was on the edge of my seat even when I was asleep. So.
Man, for real. Those games that they play put you on edge.
Yeah, and these are childhood games, but like we can go on and on about it. We could do a whole episode on Squid Games. I don't want to because it's scary, but yeah. Again, thank you, Jay. On my end of the Blerd Survival Guide spectrum, on the weekly blurb, we have some music updates that I want to get into with you guys. You know, I have a very specific taste in music, so when something I like comes out, I want people to know about it. And you get the Jer Bear stamp of approval on this one because I'm excited. So November 12th, we getting funky, y'all. We getting fresh. We have Silk Sonic. Their album is finally coming out. It took them all of 5 ever to produce this album.
Second of 5 ever.
Literally, we got literally one song every 6 months, and that was Leave the Door Open and Skate. Those are the only 2 singles that we've got.
What a rollout!
And I mean,
you can't blame. I hear where they're coming.
Because I mean, they're still doing their respective single things, but also they're doing this at the same time. Yeah, and they're also doing this at the same time. I commend them for that, but also I'm tired of waiting.
Boy, I'm been tired.
Yeah, but no, their album, the Silk Sonic album, comes out November 12th. It is available for pre-save and pre-order per their Instagram post.
It's named the Silk Sonic album.
Mm-hmm.
So it's their debut album, debuting their name.
Yep.
And this new collaborative project, basically, in its entirety.
Yep. And it's because Silk Sonic actually consists of Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak, and Bootsy Collins.
And so obviously those first 2 names are much more commonly known.
Right. Bootsy Collins, I mean, if you are a parent and or have had parents who listen to funk music back in the 70s, 80s, you know who Bootsy Collins is. And
put the parents on. Put the grandparents and parents on.
Yeah, because he was a staple in the funk community, and now that he's come back, he probably did work with him. I think he did. I gotta ask him. My dad worked with everybody.
Yeah, he's talented.
Hey, but no, that was the first little tidbit. I'm excited because this is an album that I've been waiting for. I know everyone's been waiting for, and I'm very excited for this album to come out. The next little tidbit of music information before my time is up is this new song that has reached the TikTok airwaves and the YouTube airwaves.
Oh my!
And it's interesting because one Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Renaissance man of all Renaissance men, has created.
I mean, he's so talented.
But when does he have the time to do this?
Because he don't stop. He can't stop, won't stop, all gas, no brakes. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
I saw a TikTok that said that he made a deal with God to have a few extra hours in the day because he's constantly making movies, selling his tequila brand. Now he's making music and all of this. Like the song is called "Face Off" with Tech Nine, a couple of other artists, and The Rock, and it's not a bad song.
I work out to it.
I'm not a big fan of rap. It's definitely a workout song. Like I can see that as my warm up, my run on the treadmill, getting in the zone kind of deal. It's guys need to take a listen to it. It's on YouTube. He's been promoting like Dwayne.
It's not on any other.
I believe so. It probably is on Spotify. But definitely, guys, check it out. It's a doozy of a song. And that's my time. We appreciate you guys for listening. And remember, you can follow us on all of our social media platforms at Facebook at Blerd Survival Guide, on Instagram at Blerd Survival Guide, on Twitter and TikTok at Blerd Guide. And you can follow us on Patreon. You can email us at blerdsurvivalguide@gmail.com. You can also follow us on our personals at JBear3295,
at JDub0283.
And other than that, keep surviving, everybody.
Keep surviving, everybody.
Listen to the theme song.
Producer, step into the spotlight, survival is troopers. Come and take a seat with the combo we provide. Every Tuesday, it's the Blerd Survival Guide. 2 guys, 2 mics, I'm producer. Step into the spotlight, survival is troopers. Come and take a seat with the combo we provide. Every Tuesday, it's the Blerd Survival Guide.